Yeah, sorry that this looks very different. My computer has decided that um, with YouTube, it does not want to acknowledge that my camera exists. So that's fun. That's it's so fun. It's so fun. It also tries to keep using OBS, and I'm like, I don't know what I have to do. I want to say I have deleted OBS from my full computer, and it just hasn't done anything. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about some things that I've like just kind of thought about, some things that I observed about people who are just immature in relationships. And just in general, I think that America has the wrong idea about how to be in relationships because like I think a lot of people, and not a lot of people know how to be in long-term relationships. It's just kind of one of those things because when you look at just kind of general advice, it's like, yeah, so either play a game or date someone who you're attracted to. And it's like one of those things that is like, um, it's really like you have to look at people as like not the potential, the reality of the person, and what you want out of a relationship. And like if it helps, write it down. That because it can help that way, you know, to write some things down to make sure that you really fully understand what you're looking for in a relationship. And also, like, take a real good examination of yourself and see if you have the qualities to be in a long-term relationship. I was talking to someone the other day, and their most recent ex-partner, it seemed like they held on to resentment to the point where it was going to ruin any future relationship or like future possibility of their relationship because that person was going to hold on to some mistake the person made. I didn't find like this ex-partner, like I kind of my friends, like I kind of found to be a little bit toxic because like if you're keeping a list of like, well, you didn't say goodnight to me on this night, or you didn't, you know, come home immediately when I said that I was really sad, you know, and like not understanding, oh, you know, that person was in a huge meeting, that person was, you know, stuck in the tunnels on the subway, you know, like that there might be a reason why that person didn't respond right away or didn't do exactly what you wanted them to do. And also like they weren't very expressive about like what they wanted, so they might say I'm sad, and that actually meant could you come home almost immediately for us to talk because I really need you. That may not, you know, say hearing I'm sad doesn't necessarily convey that openly, that all of the other stuff. So I'm glad that that person cut it short, and did not continue a relationship with someone who was going to like be upset about not reading between the lines, and like then if they made a mistake, then keeping that as like an issue for the future, you know, to bring up, I'm sure, during an argument or whatever was going to happen between them that that person was planning on doing. Yeah. Um, so, you know, taking a really good look at yourself and making sure that you understand that, like, some of the things that maybe you learned or that you're doing just don't work for long-term relationships. And I don't have any openings, but many of my colleagues are very, and like many of my licensed colleagues. I say that because some people like coaches, but I mean, it's fine. Like, you know, there's plenty of people out there. Many of my colleagues, they really have, you know, down many of these skills to help you through. So I'm sure many of them are well equipped to help you along with any of this. So there are two things that came up that I just kind of was like, you know what, I think I'm going to do a video about it. So the two things were that someone, so this is on a reality TV show. I just watch reviews. I do not actually watch the reality TV shows. I don't have time to sit down to watch them. But a 10-minute review, perfectly fine. So there was a review for Thousand Pound Sisters. One of the people in the show is in a relationship and has been in a relationship for 4 weeks. I hope that they continue to have the relationship but not live together. But in the 4 weeks that these people were together, like, it's kind of like, oh, what do you like about each other? And this is where I have the problem. One said, oh, you're a great mom. The other one said, oh, you're great with my kids. And then said the sex was good. And okay, so my issue with this is that, like, being a good mom or being good with kids is not actually like an attribute to a relationship. Like, it's not a deep, like, expression of who that person is. And I mean, I've known some people who were like, I've tried to like kind of get through to like understand that describing someone as a good mom just it always kind of raises red flags for me, because it really, like, are you saying they're nurturing but only to their kid? Are you saying that, like, they're attentive? What are you saying in that? And I mean, luckily that like worked through actually some traumas that this person had experienced, so that's why they were kind of saying those things. But also, I guess just kind of personal opinion, I didn't think that the person was a good mom. Only, I mean, there was a lot of factors that I was just like, I don't, no, I had no. Mm. And I don't know, if like I can really get into it, because like there's always exceptions for stuff, but it's also like one of those things where I'm like, not in this case. No, just no. And I also think that just by being around them, like being around this person, that maybe, this person who I knew was maybe manipulated, unfortunately, by kind of the other person's, this good mom's, like, insecurities. And so I think it was almost like compulsory, where like it was almost like a like scripted response. Oh, she's a good mom. Like, okay. Okay. Like, she's not here, so you don't have to do the whole, she's a great mom, it's wonderful. Because, yeah, you don't have to make her feel good in here. She's not here. Anyway, it for me, it's not a very personal thing, and like I can tell you, like, in 4 weeks, like, you might have some idea of like who that other person is, so like you probably can be saying other things like actual personality attributes. And whenever I talk about this, especially with clients, they'll be like, well, I don't know. What do you want me to say? Well, how would you describe people? And I'm like, this is not about that. You have to find specific things about their personality and who they are as a person to like describe what you like about them. Like, and I have a personal experience where I was dating someone, let's say for 6 months, and we had spent lots of time together. We had done really cool stuff together, like I think board game nights, definitely some like I think poker nights. I didn't do a lot of poker nights, so I'm like, I think there was at least one. I think it was with that person, and we'd like go out to go do cool things like with my friends, just on our own sometimes. So like we had been, we had like had a relationship. And when I asked him what he liked about me, he said, "You seem nice." I can walk into any goddamn fucking place and hear, oh, you seem nice. You have spent time with me. Like, don't act as if, like, you didn't spend time with me. So like, again, having like deeper like connections and actually thinking about personality traits that would like include why you like this person. And I know like I don't know if that's something that's like it's a foreign concept to think about like what you like about someone, but I'm like, oh yeah, no, I can tell you exactly what I really thoroughly enjoy about my partner. Like there's just so many things. Um and they are personal to him. So like it is not about um it's not always about their relationship with me. I can be like, oh, they're kind and caring and they do these things and these things that I really appreciate for me. But I mean, like, as a person, there are things that I just really enjoy about my partner, and like, it's separate from their relationship with me. And not just like, oh, well, they have a good job. Like, that just seems so kind of impersonal to say about someone. Oh, well, sometimes it seems like they make money. Like, okay, that's not like the whole thing. Um, so the other thing that and like, sex isn't necessarily a relationship. So like if someone's like, you're really good interacting with children, sorry, it's such a like impersonal thing to say. And the sex is good, it's kind of like, do you have a relationship? Do you like each other? Like, do you know each other? Like, do you know how they are with finances? Do you know like who they voted for, what their political beliefs are? Like, what, like, do you know like anything about what they experienced in like school? Like, do you know anything about them? You know, um, and so the other part of like just immaturity that I see in relationships is like caring about who your ex is with after they break up with you. And like it's one of those things where I'm just like, you don't have to care anymore. You don't, like, if they're with the person who they said, oh, you don't have to worry about that. It doesn't matter. Wish them well on whatever relationship they've just got into and back out. Like, and I've had experiences like this. There was a woman who was around my ex who was trying to sleep with him. And if for whatever reason they slept together after we broke up, like, it is none of my business, first of all. And this person was trying to sleep with my boyfriend before, I was with this person. So like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried afterward. And if they did, all right, power to them. Hope it was great. I don't care, like if like that was the person that he chose for that night or for the rest of it, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And like, it's really interesting to me how people get so involved in these things, and I'm just like, but it doesn't matter. Um, and if your ex is doing something that you are upset by, don't talk to them. Go to your friends who will be like, yeah, that's stupid, and talk with them. I had a friend who was dating this woman, and they lived like an hour apart, let's say. And the woman broke up with my friend because sorry, it's so funny, because the distance was too much. And then that woman started dating someone like across like on the other coast. So it was like, so you don't want to drive an hour, but you will get on a plane and go 8 hours to go see someone? Oh my God. Like, and like once a month at least? Like, what are you doing? But okay, let's say that like my friend and the ex got together and they had a conversation. What is the ex supposed to say? Yeah, I just didn't find you worthy. I just didn't want to be involved with you. Like, there were reasons I just didn't want to drive an hour. Like, like, I think that you should have a good support system where you go and you talk to your support system, whatever that looks like for you, and talk with them about your frustrations. And I think that's like more validating and more like what you're probably looking for then having some confrontation about like you don't want to drive an hour, but you don't mind being on a plane for 8 hours, like like, and I can understand my friend's frustration. Like, I would be mad too. Be like, it's okay. Well, fuck me, I guess. But the point being that like talking and confronting that ex is not going to do anything. There's nothing that like, let's say that my ex and whatever woman slept together. What conversation are we going to have? Is that going to be productive? I don't think so. Because what is it going to say? Oh, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings for after we broke up, I was with someone else. Like, no. Like, and if I was so involved, then I should probably make attempts to get back together with that person because obviously I have feelings. And if it's not, like, if it's just some sort of like weird possession or something after that, that's something really that you have to like examine in yourself. And hopefully, if you have your support system, then you'll be able to like talk it out and like not act that way, even if you have those feelings, because you might have those feelings and it's okay to have those feelings. It's not okay to go and expect change from someone who doesn't care, or isn't going to change the way that they're acting, by you talking with them. So yeah, like these were just like two kind of things that I was like, oh yeah, no, let me talk about that. And I know it's been a while. I don't know, like I think about things and then I try things and then there's like a billion other things going on. I'm like, I'm trying to like also do all of my classes for being a Red Cross disaster mental health counselor and a bunch of other stuff where I'm just like, it's a lot of, I'm also fighting with multiple insurance companies because why wouldn't I be doing that? So when I have time, I'm usually billing and also fighting with them or doing something else. Doing the billion of other things. There's like I don't even know, like there's paperwork that doesn't make any sense to me where it's like, fill this out, fill this out, fill this out, fill this out. You didn't fill this out. You didn't fill it out in time. Okay, filled it out. There's this other thing that you have to fill out that is another company from the same company, but you have to fill it out in this way. And it's like, but I filled it out in the way that you told me to, and I did it, and you don't have my information. How is this possible? But yeah, this is what keeps me from doing these, because it's just like, okay, no, I'm fine. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get it done. And maybe, I don't know, torch some places on fire. I'm just kidding. Don't quote me on that. I never did any such thing. Okay. I hope you have a good day. I hope you understand that was a joke. I will talk with you soon. All right, have a good one.